also hello friends, welcome to demo today. Okay, so I'm going to talk with you about sticker paper. So sticker paper usually comes in 8.5 by 11. I pre-cut this, but it's basically printable, so it's just white on one side. We also do carry it in brown, and then it's sticky back, right? So then you can print and make your own stickers if you wanted to. Print them off, cut them out, and then ta-da, it's a sticker. You can lay it on. So today I was like, I bet you there's other ways we can use sticker paper that people haven't thought of before. So that's what we're doing here. When it comes to embossing, you oftentimes have to remove one of the layers. I was hoping I'd be able to do it with this other machine, but there's just not enough layers for me to remove. Okay, so I have my embossing, I have my sticker paper in my embossing folder, and we're gonna lay that on here, and we're gonna do just 2 layers, I believe. There we go.
So on this one you didn't use both the purples. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, it's because if I had used both the purples with the plate, oh hello, welcome. If I used both the purples with the plate, what would have happened is that it would be too thick for it to go through the machine. And so in this case, what ends up happening is the layering piece here is as thick as all the layers are on this machine. So I had to take out one of these layers, which is not a very thick layer, but that middle layer there is the thickness I need for the embossing folder that we're inlaying in. You just don't want your layering to be too thick, because if it's too thick, then it won't go through the machine. So I'm going to emboss just one more time here, because I'm going to add just a little bit more thickness in here with the other plate.
Is this the sticker one?
Yes, it is the sticker demo. So just so you know, we've just taken sticker paper and I put it in this embossing folder to add texture to it. So now my sticker paper is texturized.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that so much fun? It is very, very cool.
It looks like you could make textured wallpaper.
Yes, yes. It is really, really
For a
cool.
dollhouse or something.
Yes, yes. Oh, hello, Carol. How are you today, my dear?
I came now?
No, are you, does it smell like basil in the room?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I can definitely smell the basil. I need to grab my extension cord here. Oh my gosh. Yes, wafting the basil. Oh.
I brought you pine nuts too.
Oh, you are so kind. Thank you so much, Carol. Carol is she has a lot of basil in her life, so she has graciously donated basil and pine nuts to me so that I can have pesto in my life.
Nice.
Yes, I know, so wonderful. Okay, so now what we're going to do, now that we've embossed that, I'm actually going to take, so this sticker paper material is a little weird. I don't know if you guys want to feel this, but it almost has a finish to it that it almost feels glossy,
Yeah,
but it's not quite. But what ends up happening with that is that certain inks take longer for them to dry on the surface. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of play around and we're going to use that to our advantage. So we are actually going to heat emboss with a dye-based ink. So normally dye-based inks will dry immediately, but because of this paper having a little bit of a coating on it, what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to take my ink pad here. Oh, I'm going to bring this to the edge of my page here, so I can actually, because there's a little bit of a lip on here.
Oh, so you can keep it even?
Yes, I want to be able to keep this even here on my page. So I'm actually going to take this, I'm just going to brush it across like so here. And that's going to add all the color on to it. So just taking my ink pad and just brushing it across right onto that. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, obviously I love everything rainbow. That's kind of who I am. So now we're going to use my favorite embossing powder ever. This is called the Kaleidoscope embossing powder. Yes. And so with embossing powder, traditionally it's a powdered resin. You lay down your powder and then you shake off the excess, and the embossing powder will stick to anything that's wet. And so what's happened is that it's actually stuck to some of the parts of the ink that were still wet. So now I'm going to take my heat gun and I'm going to heat set it.
Ellie, is this your demo?
Yes, it is. You're welcome to join me. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and heat set this. It's going to take a minute, but what's happening is that the embossing powder is melting and it's sticking to the ink. And the reason why I like this embossing powder is because it's clear, but it has an iridescence to it. And the longer you heat the embossing powder, it actually changes colors and becomes more rainbowy. It is amazing. All right. Okay. So I'll pass this around so you guys can see. I know it's hard to see up there in the video, but it's actually, the glitter has stuck to it. It just makes the colors look a little bit more rich, but it's got like a kind of a twilight kind of a look to it, which is amazing. All right, so now I have a little ribbon tie. Oh, Carol, just so you know, we're using sticker paper in a new way. So my demos are not as long as they once were, but we're making things.
This is sticker paper?
It is sticker paper, and I heat embossed it, and then I put the ink on the front, and then I put the ink onto the embossed part, and then I did heat embossing with that ink because ink stays wet long enough.
What's the advantage of the sticker paper?
I'm gonna show you in just a minute because we're making something different with it.
Okay.
All right, so now I have these papers here. They're cut 5 inches by 4 inches, and I'm gonna just use 4 of them here, and I'm gonna score them right in half. So we're gonna score these at 2.5 inches.
Carol, you want the coffee?
Oh, hello, Carol.
My
Or
coffee's-
Cheryl.
No,
1, 2,
it's all right.
3, and 4. And then what we're gonna do here is we're gonna fold these in half. Okay. So I wanted to share with you that you can use sticker paper in a new and fun and different way. And so this is the way. We are actually going to make a mini book. Yay!
A
'Cause
mini what?
a mini book, a tiny little book. And so that's what because you need the sticker paper for it.
But that's
So
not sticker paper, right?
These are not. This is
Okay.
just normal cardstock. Yep. And it's 65 pound because I want it to be a little bit lighter weight because I didn't want my book to be so bulky that you're like you can't really close it. So now what I'm going to do here, my pages. I'm going to take my sticker paper. I'm going to take the front of the first page. I'm going to tuck this to the side for just a moment. Now I'm going to warn you, I haven't done this yet. So we are going to see how this goes. It might go great. It might go horribly, but we're going to hope it goes great. If you would like to join us for demo, you're welcome to. We just need a chair. Would you mind grabbing a chair?
Goodness, a crowd today.
Yes, it's a crowd. It's a wonderful crowd.
Everybody wants to make stickers and stuff.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Can I sit on this one? No. You could sit on that one.
You guys. It's a-okay. All right. So, just so you know, Cheryl, where we're at is that we've kind of folded our little papers here, and I've embossed a piece of sticker paper, and then I did heat embossing on the top of it using the ombre ink pad across the top. Okay, so now on the first page here, what I'm doing is I'm just going to take this and I'm going to put it directly on the front of my book here. And I'm going to match this up so it's flush with the top. I'm going to press this down, and then we're going to take our next groupings of pages and we're just going to press them right here into the sticker paper. Whoop. Two. Oh boy, it might not be sticky enough. We'll try. Two. Again, I was just telling them I haven't done this yet, so we will see how this goes. 3, 4. I'm going just ever so slightly, about a 1/16 of an inch, so that it will actually stick onto the sticker paper. And then I'm folding this back to the other side.
And that becomes the cover.
And that becomes the cover of our little book. Again, I'm hoping this will work out. I'm hoping it will work out. Okay.
But you could go over each page on the inside to the outside and tie it.
I could. Yes, I certainly could. And I might actually end up doing that because I want to make sure that they all tie in.
Look at that.
All right, we have our little mini book here. And then I think I might actually go in here with a tiny little bit of glue just to emphasize, make sure the pages all stick together nicely. And I think I'm actually going to do that right now because I can see my inside pages are not sticking as well as I would like. But that's okay. This is what happens with demo. Sometimes things go perfectly, and sometimes things go not as perfectly, and it's all right. Okay, I'm just doing it right along the edge of that
It's an
binding.
opportunity.
It's an opportunity. That is right. You got it.
I love your skirt.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so
Is it
much.
a dress band?
It is a dress. Yes, you must know me, Cheryl.
I don't know these two ladies down here. Hi, I'm
Hi.
Cheryl.
I'm Carolyn.
Carolyn?
Yeah, and this is Daisy, my daughter.
Hi,
I'm
Dad.
gonna add
And I'm
one
Carol.
more.
Carol, Carolyn.
Carol, Cheryl,
And Linda.
And Linda.
and Daisy.
Oh, funny. All
I
right.
have a niece, Carol, and her daughter is Caroline. Carol and Caroline.
All
Oh,
right.
boy.
So I decided I'm going to
So
add 2 more pages in here.
So you've got room, you'll just put more pages in.
Yep,
Stick
yep.
another one?
I just added 2 more pages in here, and then that way I can make sure that everything will stick together nicely. All right. Then we'll close that up,
Very cool.
and then we'll just trim off our edges here.
It's a pretty cool idea.
Something just a little different, and then we'll just trim those off. And I'm going to open up my book just so I can make sure to get my edge here.
Sticker paper,
It is sticker paper.
and that works in the inkjet too?
Yeah, it does. Yes, it does. I would recommend that if you're going to do this and you're wanting to print onto the sticker paper, I would highly recommend that you let it set to the side for a minute to let it totally dry. And if it doesn't dry, you can do what I did, which is put embossing powder on it.
Okay.
All right, and then for the outside, I actually was going to put this underneath the sticker paper, but I forgot to do it. So I'm going to just do a little tie here around the outside, and we'll just do a cute little bow.
You gonna put this on the internet
Yeah,
with all of our?
That's what this is for.
Yep.
No,
Nonsense.
it doesn't show
Yep.
us, it just shows
it just shows
what
me.
she's doing.
Yes, and
And it's really fast.
it is, yes. Sometimes, so basically what happens is after demos, then I put up a fast version on Instagram and a not fast version on. All right, friends, stop by this week to make your demo. See you guys later.